because you guys are probably going to retain about 5% of what every single one of us are actually going to talk about here tonight, I want you to focus on one thing, okay? And that's this word, one, okay? And I'm going to say it over and over again. This is some NLP. You guys are going to remember this, and you're going to think of me. But I want you to think about that word, one, okay? And I want to ask all of you a question. Now, most of you got a chance to speak, so I kind of have an understanding of how many of you are doing what you are doing. But how many of you would consider yourself a solopreneur? So you're a one-man or a one-woman show. Quite a few of you, okay? How many of you truly love what you do? Excellent, that's a good sign. How many of you would consider yourself an expert at what you do? So you've honed your skills. Good. How many of you have thought about quitting what you're doing? 2 hands, yeah. In the last 24 hours. Very common, right? Well, it's easy to feel that way too when you see stuff like this, right? Somebody said here, ClickFunnels, I believe, right? And I'm an advocate for ClickFunnels as well. We use it, we teach people how to use it. But when you see this stuff, 93 entrepreneurs, just like you, creating seven-figure funnels in the past 12 months, you're just one funnel away, right? It's inspiring, and it's super depressing at the exact same time. And for those of you that don't know who I am, I'll just give you a little bit of a backstory because I want to tell you about my journey from 0 to 7 figures. And I'm going to keep this real for you. For most of you, you probably, if you do know who I am, you know me as the LinkedIn guy, right? I've had training courses on this, basically started working with Lewis Howes back in 2010 around a sports recruiting website. We launched Linked Influence, 30-day sales machine. We've had like 26,000 people go through our online trainings. So very successful, to say the least. So that would make me qualified to get up here and talk to you about LinkedIn, which I'm going to speak nothing about. I'm going to instead tell you why in February of 2018, why I decided to double down on my business. So it was already successful, and what I did was I actually went to BDC and I got a loan. That's doubling down, right? So I'm investing in myself. And I actually invested in a mastermind. That was the very first bit of money that I spent. I think it was like $3,000 down in San Diego. You might know who Scott Oldford is. Very inspiring weekend. 7- and 8-figure earners. Felt stupid in the room, which was a perfect place to be if you're ever going to be at a mastermind. And what I did was I walked away, and I was going to create this business, and then this happened. My son was born. March 27th, 2018, at a pound and a half. There's a good ending to this story, so don't feel too sad. But just imagine that in your own life. And I had to say to myself, do I quit or do I double down? So I asked myself, right? Do I love what I do? Yes, of course. Am I an expert at what I do? Of course. So I can't fail, right? So here's what happened. And obviously this story is being written. So I said, no more information for sale. I decided in May 2018, I am not going to sell information. Because people don't need more information, they need transformation in their businesses and their lives. And we launched a mentoring program that was geared towards supporting solopreneurs. People just like me, like 6, 7 years ago. I knew that I could help somebody like me if I was to just go back and say, here's what I learned. And here's what happened. So I'll give you the numbers. These are the real numbers. In May 2018, we launched this business. We had a $5,000 product, and we sold 10 seats. It was basically our beta. So we sold it out, $50,000. The next month, 0. This was on purpose, of course, because we were like trying to deliver on our program, right? But we had $0. So I had to decide, do I quit or do I double down, right? Next month, $84,000. This is on the path of creating a 7-figure business. It's incredible. We literally like hit 84,000 right on the nose. Next month, 47,000. Dope. Next month, 39,000. Double dope, right? So of course, do I quit or do I double down? Next month, 51,000. Whew, okay, things are coming back up. They're going in the right direction. This past month, 30,000. Right? So naturally, you could imagine, even for me, in the last week, even creating this presentation, I'm thinking to myself, am I a fraud? Can I actually get up here and talk to you about how to create a 7-figure business when I'm on the path to creating the 7-figure business? Well, here's the truth. And this is something that over the past 6, 8 months, I've really known to be true. This entrepreneurial roller coaster is going to happen to every single one of you, and I'm sure you can relate to this, right? I'm excited. Oh my God, this is hard. Wow, it's working. Oh, I messed it up. Give up the good for the great. I think I'm going bankrupt. I'm good. I don't see why I get down on myself. Oh my God, I'm wrong. I suck at this. And then, wait a second, my life's great. I don't even know where I am on this right now. I honestly don't. But what I've given into is the idea that progress is impossible without change. So I've given into that. You cannot create change. If you don't create change in your mind, you can't change anything. This was really hard for me because I wanted to control everything. I knew that if I just worked harder, if I worked more hours, that I could actually make this work. But I realized that actually letting go of the control is what has started to create me down this path of success. No matter what the money looks like, I know that I feel like I'm actually successful in what I'm doing. And it really comes down to this. Booking or building one funnel, right? So ClickFunnels says you only need one funnel. You only need one funnel. You don't need 14 funnels. We book appointments. We get on the phone with people. We target one audience, solopreneurs. We sell one offer, mentoring. And we fail more than we succeed. And if you're going to succeed, you need to fail more than you succeed too. We close maybe 10% of the calls that we do on the first call. The majority of them, it takes 5 calls because they get to trust us, right? A lot of people we don't ever work with because we either turn them away or we point them in the right direction of where they need to go. 7 to 8 figures is not a goal to aspire for. It's kind of contradictory of what this whole event is. But it's not. If you can create transformation in people's lives, which is what we've committed ourselves to, either emotionally, physically, mentally, financially, you will see success. And what would one new client mean to all of you? $1,000 a month, $2,000, $5,000, it'd be transformational for a lot of you, right? So you see this common theme of one. I want to leave you with 3 pieces of advice, and then I'll wrap up. Number 1, done is better than perfect. I say this looking at myself because I constantly second guess what I'm doing, and I have to keep pushing through it all the time. And I know I see everybody nodding their heads. Yep, me too. It's just common. And don't beat yourself up over it. Just get it done. Doesn't have to be perfect. Next, choose a mentor. Be wise enough to learn from their mistakes. That's the key. I chose a mentor in mine, and it cost almost 6 figures. I'm still in it. It's almost a 6-figure mentorship. But if I didn't learn from their mistakes, it'd be a waste of money. But I am learning from their mistakes. And then lastly, this is what I advocate for. You only need one funnel to target one audience to one offer to actually make a business successful. And this is my last pitch for all of your balls to come in, which is vote for Dad. And of course, if you guys want to learn more about what we do too, you can get the solo funnel that's on the screen there. Thank you.